welcome back to Salty Sunshine, where we shoot the salt. How you doing, Mama?
Hi, everybody. I am so crazy over Love is Blind season 6. I'm all caught up. I'm ready to go. Let's do this.
We have a lot to talk about today. This might be one of my
Let's.
favorite episodes.
Oh my gosh, my favorite show ever. Like, I can't with that show. It's so good.
It's because they get like the most normal people with like all these issues, and it's just a train wreck. And
No, it's just the way they put it together. And people are like, first of all, there's a lot of couples that are still together. So obviously it's
Mhm.
not going to work for everybody, but it's so interesting to watch people go through the motions in a way that they really have to tackle the communication part, because most people could just like stop talking to you or like
Mhm.
end it, but like they're forced, and it's just so good.
It
It's
is.
so good. I mean, can you imagine not seeing someone and like having to pick? Like, I can't imagine, you know?
No, I don't agree that love is blind. I can't
But I
imagine.
don't think that's the point of the show. It's not that love is blind, it's connection is blind. So they're allowing people to connect on a deeper level, and then if they have the physical too and it all works together, great. But they got to that deeper level. Cuz some people will just have physical and they don't know how to get to the deeper level,
That's true. Because there is
you
like
know?
three different aspects. Like you have to be like emotionally connected,
Yeah.
sexually, like physically, the whole thing. But a lot of people don't get to that emotional part.
Best show on TV. I can't. So we're gonna get into Love Is Blind in a little bit. We're just gonna do a few updates this week and knock them out so we can focus on Love Is. All right, Charlotte the Stingray, the cutest stingray ever. She's so cute. She hasn't given birth yet. I don't know what the problem is,
Yeah.
but she's been interviewed by CNN. She has like thousands of visitors every day looking at her in her little tank, and she swims around them and flirts and says hello. She's so cute.
Aw, I love that she's getting so much attention and people are actually visiting.
She's, I mean, she's probably going to go into depression when this is over and no one visits her.
Oh my gosh. I mean, if she
Another
comes
thing,
out with pups, like weird looking pups, she'll keep getting people visiting
that's
her.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. But another thing on TikTok, this girl Risa Tisa, if anybody has 8 hours to spare and you want to watch a series on TikTok, or you don't have to watch it, you could just listen to it in the background. This woman, this black cute woman, is on TikTok, 50 parts, 10 minutes, about 10 minutes each, at least almost 8 minutes each. She just goes through this guy that she met during COVID, and they moved too quickly, and she's aware of this. And she just tells a story about how this guy was like the biggest pathological liar in the world, and nothing he said or did with her was real. And so she just tells her story in a very natural, calm way, and everybody's hooked. Like, this girl went mega viral. She made TikTok history because no one's ever done this before. Like,
Well, no, I didn't even watch it yet because it's actually 50 parts. Like, that's not an exaggeration.
yeah.
And every single one of them has one or like 2 to 3 million.
Yeah, she made bank. I don't know when she got into the Creator Fund program, because somebody told her, you better get into that because you're going
Yeah.
viral. And she got into it. So I don't think she did it from the beginning, but she's definitely made hundreds of thousands of dollars already. Apart from her, she didn't do a GoFundMe because she thought that was weird, but she does have her Cash App on there. So she's making bank like
I
crazy.
mean, way to turn a horrible part of your life into
And
something
it keeps
great.
going. It's a gift that keeps on giving, because she named the guy Legion, and not she's not using real names. So people found out who he was. A particular girl found out who he was, and everyone hates her guts because she outed her, and they're like, "You put her in danger." No one wants to hear from him. He's a liar, this and that. So he's coming out, and then the ex-wife is coming out, and the ex-wife's son is coming out. The ex-ex-wife's son is. They're all coming out saying, backing up her story, like he's a liar, he's a this, he's a
Oh, good.
getting clout on there, trying to get their fame.
I mean, people on social media are crazy and nothing's a secret. Like, they're gonna find out. People
Yeah.
on there are like FBI's. Like, there was no way he
Yeah.
was gonna be kept a secret.
Right.
But he needs to keep his mouth shut and just like not go on the
I know.
internet.
I got some juicy stories I want to share, but do I want it on yahoo.com? I don't know. Because it
Right.
ends up
I
in the
mean,
news up.
you don't want your business out there, but for a couple 100,000, maybe.
It's even then, it's a weird, you have to have a certain type of personality. I don't know.
Right. She's not like that though. She seems very sweet.
I think it's different if you write a book that I'm okay with, and people reading the book. But I think when your
Mhm.
face is like telling the story and it's being, and then all the comments and people are so mean, I don't know. That's a lot to take in. But the
Right. I
guy was
haven't looked
like,
at the comments. Are people on her side or some people like kind of mean about it?
oh, no, no, no. That's the thing. That's the Kanye factor. That
She's
factor,
likable.
whatever it is about her, people gravitated to and liked her. Not because she was gorgeous, not because for whatever. It's this thing that it's this intangible thing that people have that people it worked for her. Somebody else could do that and it doesn't work for them because people don't gravitate to her.
Mhm.
Like everybody loves her. Everyone's like, because the guy promised her a BMW, the guy promised her a trip to London, and obviously he was lying. He kept saying he was going to buy a house cash. He wouldn't show proof of funds. Like he was just a pathological liar. And
Mhm.
everyone's like, "We're getting you that BMW. When are
Oh,
you going to London? You better put your money up there. You better put where we're going to donate because you're going to London." Like people love her,
oh my gosh.
love, love, and she's going to London. She's like, "Give me Rex, give me the." No, she's going. She's going.
Wait, that's crazy.
Yeah, that guy's probably like suicidal in a corner
I
somewhere.
mean, getting on the right side of the internet, they can really have your back.
Yeah, totally.
That is crazy. I can't believe you watched all that.
I watched
50
so
parts.
while I walked the dog in the morning, I had my ear pod on and I would listen to it, not necessarily watching it, but I mean, you're on part 14 before you know it. You're just like, oh my God. Because it's not that crazy. It's not like he like, kidnapped someone or held a ransom. It's not like a crazy story. This is a story
Mhm.
that happens literally all the time. It's
Mhm.
the same old tale of a girl going way too quick, being desperate, being insecure, obviously ignoring the huge red flag that is a fire in front of you because that's what you're doing. Nobody's going
Mhm.
to tell him, like, she knows and she admits it. She's like, it's not lost on me. I get it, but this still happened to me.
Mhm.
Um, but like one of the stories, which was so funny, and people are recreating it on TikTok, he'd be like in the morning talking to his fake brother or whoever. He's like, yeah, hey John. Oh, yeah, look, he says hello. Oh, say hello. Hey, what's up, y'all? 30 minutes in the morning every day. Blah, blah, blah. The guy never he was talking to nobody.
That is
He's
sociopath.
like,
That's
because
crazy.
when she talked to the brother, he's like, I haven't talked to him in like years. That wasn't me. I don't know if he was talking to someone, but it wasn't me.
That's like scary at that point. Some people just like have that
And
need to lie for some weird reason.
and obviously she has the type of personality that was too calm for the situation because like for instance, like where he worked, he like she's like, let's go over there. I want to see the building. And he would call the security guy fakely call somebody and say, oh, you're not working. Oh, we can't get in today. Okay. I would have been the next day. I'm going to go visit you. Like I would have dug in quicker and
Yeah.
like made him show me proof, but she didn't have that type of personality.
Yeah.
So she just let it go. And every lie she found out about him when she really got on his ass because she was like, "This, there's something weird here." When she really started to catch on, she never told him anything. She had all this information about him, which is another thing I could never hold. She's like, she was so
But
good about
she
holding it in.
but she was still seeing him as she was gathering
Yeah.
this
Well, they
information.
lived together. They moved. Look, she met him. I might have the dates wrong, so don't quote me on this. But let's say she met him in March. They were
Mhm.
living together by April, getting married by June. Like it was so quick. She had no idea who this guy was.
Mm.
And he paid some bills. He moved into her house, mistake number one. And he paid some bills, but obviously COVID started, so he was probably getting those social unemployment checks or something.
Mm.
Who knows? Because,
Wow.
everyone's like, how did he pay your bills if he had no money? But
Mhm.
obviously, he made enough
He's a
just to
con
pay a little
artist.
bit. Huh?
He's a con artist. Like he's just
Oh,
like that
totally.
guy that they made a documentary on that he just like
Yeah.
moves in with women, takes their money, pretends like he has all this money,
And then
uses their debt, their credit
he
card.
kept saying he wanted to go buy a house and they would meet with different realtors and they kept saying, well, we need proof of funds. He's like, oh, I have cash. I have these two, whatever. And he would show her his bank balances and they were fake, like from the
Mhm.
internet, like if he was logged into his account but he wasn't, to show like
Mm.
his balance and stuff. Like
Oof.
he's one of those liars that lie for no reason and make up stories where there's no reason to do that.
Well,
You
he's a
know,
con artist.
pathological liar. I know a
Yeah.
few. I know how
Yeah.
that works. It's like, why are you
The
telling me you're
the
eating?
brother thing is strange because I understand trying to get her money. Like the brother thing. Like why?
And it's like, why are you telling me you're eating a grilled cheese when you're eating a cheeseburger? Why are you lying about that?
Mhm.
Those kind of lies, you know? So that's that. So if you guys want to go
Hmm.
watch it, have fun.
I mean, everyone's so into it. It must be good. So
So do you know who Vinny G is from Jersey Shore?
no. Oh yes,
Okay.
yes.
So Vinny G, I think he has a podcast or he was on a podcast. I saw a clip. I just thought it was funny. He had a date and he was going to go on the date, but he got sick. So he's telling his co-host or whoever that because he had to cancel because he never cancels dates and he felt bad. He's like, what should I do? And the girl told him send her dinner in lieu of like not taking her out. And instead of sending her dinner, he sent her a DoorDash gift card so she can order her own dinner. And the girls are like, well, that's janky. Like, why'd you do that? Like, no. And he's like, well, I'm not going to ask her what her food, allergies are and what she wants to eat. Like, that's too much trouble. Like, I don't know her. Like, it was
Right.
like a date. And
That's so cute.
DoorDash? Maybe. And then he
You
goes,
don't
well,
agree after she asked him to send her dinner?
no, she didn't ask him to send her dinner. He did it out of like a kind gesture for
Oh.
canceling. But the co-host on the podcast was telling him, well, you should have just sent her real dinner. And he's like, oh, I don't know her that well. And she's hot. She's one of those hot girls that doesn't talk much.
Oh.
And the girl's like, well, why would you want to go out with a girl that doesn't talk much? He's like, because she was hot. It was kind of funny. So I thought that was interesting. I saw Selena, the documentary. It's a 2-part documentary. It's on Oxygen.
Mhm.
And yes, it is on YouTube TV. All I have to say, it was a huge waste of time because I already knew this. I only watched it for the people. But she's basically trying to say that Selena was having an affair with a doctor in Mexico. It's like she can say a million things and they may or may not be true, but you still killed her. Then you shouldn't have killed her. That's it.
Right.
Who cares if she was having 5 affairs? What does that have to do with your anger issues and the
But
fact
why
that you
didn't she
killed
bring up
her?
the affair just to like make her seem worse?
To make it seem like there was more to the story
Okay.
than people know. And she's like, she was having an affair with a guy in Mexico. And because of that, she would make me write checks. And it looked like I was stealing, but I wasn't stealing because she would make me write checks to myself so she could buy plane tickets and have it incognito.
Mm.
So, okay, if that's true, it's a juicy artifact of the story, but she should have always led with, this is not an excuse for what happened. It was so messed up. I should have never done. Like, at least if she would have
Right.
done that, you know?
Right, right. Like she's making excuses for why she killed her. Like, okay, she was having an affair.
What she says is she's so sorry, but she keeps with the story that the gun went off by accident because she first put the gun to her head. And then she said, like, when Selena was leaving, she freaked out and, like, whatever. And the gun went off by accident, which is not true.
That's not true.
Because she was calling her a bitch because the neighbors of the hotel heard her. So she was angry. This was not.
Right.
This was
And you
not.
brought a gun into the situation. Like,
Yeah. And she
yeah.
said she bought the gun because she was scared of the father. She said the father was like having people key her car and smash her windows, and he wanted her out because she knew Selena's secrets and she wouldn't tell him. Again, even if that's true, you're not, I don't see what you're trying to do here.
Right.
But that was
Killing
interesting.
Selena after you're scared of the father. What is that? How does that solve
Yeah,
the
the
issue?
father was like controlling and Selena wanted to go her own way. And
She was just obsessed with Selena, and I don't see it any other way.
I think, yeah, I think she'll never admit that, but I think she was obsessed with her in the way like toxic friendships are obsessed with each other, and she was scared of losing her foot. And it's so funny. Someone on TikTok said under my post, she was 34 when that happened. And if you look at the photos, you're like, wow, what a difference of the 34 from back then to the 34 today. I looked like I was
Why?
18 when I was 34. She looked like she was 56 when she was 34.
Oh, right. Like the skincare wasn't up to par.
The hairstyle, the whole thing.
Right.
Like, it was so funny. I'm like, wow. She was 34 when this happened, and she looked 50s back then. She's up for parole in like 2024 soon.
She's gonna have to go into hiding.
And what was more infuriating about the documentary is her family, her sisters and her family. One of the sisters worked with Selena too. So she's like, I lost a friend, but this is also my family. So I'm like on both sides, but they were so excusing her behavior. I was like, oh, it was like so infuriating to watch that.
Wait, who
They
was
were just
excusing her behavior?
her family, the killer, Yolanda. They were
Well,
excusing her behavior, saying like there was more to the story and the father and the this and that. It's like,
I guess they're
no.
trying to be loyal, but at the same time, you like brought up a crazy monster,
Yeah, so it was a huge nothing burger, in my opinion.
right?
But
Do you think she did that because she's like she just happened to do a documentary right as she's about to get out? Did she get
they
money from
probably
that?
approached, they probably approached, I'm sure, somehow. I don't know what the rules are,
Hmm.
different states and stuff,
'Cause I don't
but
know
I'm
if you're
sure they,
allowed to get money when you're in jail for the
I
crime.
think it depends on the state.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not sure how that works exactly, but I'm sure they approached her because she is coming up for whatever. Um, Kelly Rowland from Destiny's Child, Beyonce's ex group member.
Well, I know Destiny's Child, but I don't know
Oh,
them.
okay. So she was going to be on the Today Show, and she stormed off, and she refused to do the show because she was insulted that the dressing room was not up to par. Yeah, and
Is
Rita Ora had to fill in for her, and she was supposed to just be a guest, and she had to fill in for her co-host. And
wait,
everyone's like, "Who do you think you are?"
does she do anything now after Destiny's Child?
I'm sure she does some stuff. I don't know.
Like to have that ego? Like even Beyonce doesn't have that ego and she's Beyonce.
Well, it's interesting, exactly, because like, yeah, it's just you know how many people go on the Today Show, and it's not good enough for you, but there's like a million other people that are higher than you that go on there,
Right. The
and who
stick
cares
up
about the
her.
dressing room? How long are you in there before you go on air? Who cares? Like,
This is probably like one of the only things that she gets invited to do, and I don't know, like why.
but like, it's not like you're staying overnight. You're there for a small amount of time, and then you go on air. Like,
Mhm.
what's the big deal? It's not like you're sleeping there.
This is probably why she got nowhere because she's a major diva.
Yeah. But then all her fans are like coming for people defending her, but there's no excuse. Like, that's
I mean, a
pathetic.
diva to the point where like you do not go on air.
Yeah.
Like,
On the
complaining here
Today
and there,
Show.
okay. Having a bad attitude, okay. But like she didn't even go on air. Like that's bad.
And that's an iconic show. This is not Kelly Clark.
Mhm.
I mean, not that Kelly Clarkson's not, but Today Show's been on forever. Like, it's an iconic
Right.
institution. Like, ridiculous. I was disappointed to see that.
Ooh.
So all the
She made
celebrities are
herself
like, who's
seem terrible. Probably
terrible?
no one knew how bad she was, and this came to light.
Not okay.
Mm-mm.
Um, and then Kate Hudson. Do you know who Kate Hudson is? She in all the movies and stuff, she's
Mhm.
turned singer. I saw a video of her on stage singing. She was giving me Tom Sandoval from Vanderpump Rules vibes because he has his
Like
own
she
band now.
wasn't meant to be there.
Um, no, it's just shocking because I didn't know
Mm.
she now she's a singer with a band, like
Oh.
playing venues. Everyone look up Kate Hudson
Oh,
singing.
wait, I did see that, and she's actually
Yeah,
good.
she wasn't terrible.
She's good.
She was fine.
I mean, I just saw like a short clip, but she seemed good. I
Yeah,
mean,
she was
whatever.
fine.
Might as well just do whatever when you're at that point in your career. Like she has
It was just funny.
connections. Yeah,
It was funny.
cute.
Okay, let's get into it.
There is so much to talk about.
Okay, wait. Let's start with first impressions.
Okay.
Not everybody. I have notes.
Okay.
Okay, first impressions. Matthew is a tool. Well, a first
Okay.
impression. Because let me tell you, let's preface this with the first impressions then turned into something else once you got to know them. Like, they didn't all stick.
Okay, he wasn't a tool after?
Well, he was a total tool, at least the way they edited it, showing him like leaving the room, ignoring them, like being like short with the girls and nasty. But then when he started talking to like the girl he liked, he seemed a little softer, nicer than the
Right,
beginning.
but he seems like the kind of guy who will come off to anyone like that. Like he probably most of the time is a tool, but then she like actually broke down his walls. But what good is
So
that?
that was Matthew, which he didn't make it out. Spoiler alerts, if you haven't seen it or you don't want to hear spoiler alerts, like we're gonna spoil it for you because we're up to date.
Right.
9 episodes in. Okay?
Yeah.
We're at the edge of our seat for the 28th, which that's when the next episodes come out. Okay. So Matthew, he didn't make it out with a girl. Oh, he left because that other girl he like left and he went after her. That's what
Right, and I'm
happened.
seeing so many memes of like him being like that guy Joe from You, where it's like he's like creepy and like going after his lover and like, like
Is
stalking
there
her.
anything online showing them together? If he
No,
ended up,
not that I've
oh,
seen.
I'm curious to know if they ended up together. Okay.
It's funny because this guy was saying like how they have to go through a psychological um interview, I guess, or review, and
Yeah.
they're like, how did he pass?
Well, why not? He looks like a normal guy. I mean, the psychological review is not them being a woman and him talking to them. So how are they gonna know?
It's like he literally says like a girl would say, "How are you?" and then he's like, "Okay," and he leaves.
You know why? Because he's controlling. I
Yeah.
mean, he walked in there with 15 questions. He's like, pick a number. Who does
No,
that?
no. And then she asked him the question back. She's like, "Okay, what's your answer?" And he's like,
Right?
"Oh, I wasn't expecting to answer these."
He's like, I didn't want. Did you not hear the directions? I didn't want you to ask me. I'm asking you. How dare
Right.
you?
Exactly. He's crazy.
Awful. So okay, wait. So let's go by couples. Or okay,
Just say
Chelsea.
your
Let's
next
do Chelsea
person.
and Jimmy. Let's do Jimmy, the 27-year-old nice guy. Everyone's hounding on
Hmm.
him. I don't think
I
he's the
think he's
jerk people are
bad.
trying. He's perfectly normal. They're
Chelsea
trying to
is.
make him out to be a villain, and he's not a villain. He's a perfectly normal guy, and he's not a dick from what I see in any shape or form yet.
Yeah. I mean, no, he's not a dick at all, and he's just like being a guy, and
Yeah.
he didn't have to make comments about AD and her body. That might have been out of line,
What did
but
he say? Oh, when they got together. Yeah.
yeah, it was just like unnecessary. But she's so
But she's
insecure that she like brought it out to the whole group, and that part was even more uncomfortable. She could have just kept it between
well,
them.
she's a hot mess. The
She's
the
bad.
the non Megan Fox lookalike.
She's bad.
Chelsea. We're talking about Chelsea. Chelsea, let me tell you something. She looks like Megan Fox's cousin. She really does. Because Megan Fox has had a lot of work done. And if you go pre Megan Fox, the real Megan Fox's face, she looks like her cousin. Let's not get it twisted. Because Megan
Okay,
Fox to me is
it
not very
had
pretty,
nothing to do with
anyways.
whether she actually like has some features, because you could say her
Yeah.
nose, her eyes.
Hmm.
But when you tell someone that's never seen you that that's your comparison, you
Hmm.
are wrong.
Well, I wonder, do the producers tell you do not talk about what you look like? Is that like against the rules, or it's up to you, and they just say they discourage it? Like, is that the rule?
I mean, first of all, that's part of the experiment.
No, I know, but
So,
I wonder if they tell them try not to talk, don't talk about what you look like.
right. I don't know.
Okay, so Jimmy had a choice between Chelsea and Jessica,
Hmm.
right? Jessica has a 10-year. Okay, can I just say something?
Hmm.
All these people are in their 30s. This church innocent act of everyone like, oh, you should have 3 kids by then. Like, what do you?
Oh.
You're not 20. You're not 20. What are you talking? All these people are like, oh, you've been married? Like, what? You're in your 30s. Like, what?
Yeah.
I found
Yeah.
that so cheesy. I was like, I'm out. Like, that annoyed the shit
Like
out
for
of me. I'm
you to
like,
not have any baggage or like any history by the time you're
when
30.
Chelsea said I'm divorced, she's like, I was so nervous about why? You're living a life. You're in your 30s.
Right.
Hello. And when the
Right.
girl's like, I have a 10-year-old, it's like, that's a fine. You should have
Hmm.
2 kids at this age. Like, it's not out of the
The people going
ordinary.
on
It's
these
not.
shows though have like, well, some of them. Like you could tell Jimmy is just like was probably a player, like very non-committal. Oh,
So, Jimmy, they showed this clip on TikTok that he rolls up his pants. Did you see how he rolls up his pants on the bottom? If you
no.
go back to the episodes, all his pants are rolled up. He likes them like fishing pants, all of them.
No.
You
I
know,
didn't know.
they're all rolled like in the 90s when people would roll, like literally roll up their pants, like really tight roll on the
Hmm.
bottom, his jeans.
Okay. I didn't notice that.
Anyways, very
But
funny. I like Johnny, but not Johnny, Jimmy.
mhm.
He made the wrong choice though, don't you think?
I can't believe we didn't see him see her in person this episode. That's what I thought this last episode was going to be. Um,
Oh, it's next time.
yeah. And the
But
way
he
he
saw a
was like
photo.
very open with like kind of talking to AD, even though he didn't do anything that bad, but he was just like very open about
No.
complimenting her. He's probably going to be the same way. He's just gonna.
Well, he saw a photo of her he's already seen a photo of her, and he friended her on social media and then unfriended her.
Mhm. No,
So
no,
he knows what
he
she
is
looks like.
going to try to get with her for sure.
Well, Chelsea's accusing him of sleeping with her in the next
Right,
episode.
right.
But I will say, if Chelsea wasn't so annoying with her insecurities,
Hmm.
I would like her more because she's cute. She
That's the
can
worst
shape
part of
up,
her.
huh?
That's the worst part of her.
Yeah, she's
Like
super
that is like a huge
insecure.
downfall. And
Yeah,
the way she reacted when he called her clingy. Oh
so
my
funny.
gosh.
I thought he was gonna be like, "You're kind of annoying," but instead he said clingy.
Right. He
I'm
was
like,
being nice about it.
he was being nice to you because I would have told you like, "Shut up! You're driving me
You didn't
crazy.
kiss me today. Oh
You didn't
my
tell me
God,
you
that
love me."
would have.
Who does
She
that?
brought it
You
up
don't.
multiple times.
First of all, he's told her "I love you" an insane amount of times, and it makes me uncomfortable. Like, stop. It's
No, and the
ridiculous.
fact that those two girls that were his friends were like surprised that he called her clingy because apparently he's the clingy one. If a clingy person is telling you you're clingy, you must be out of
Mhm.
control.
Yeah. No, terrible. She has no confidence, and it's like
No.
lacking. But then also Jessica, I don't think she's very pretty. I know okay, let me rephrase that. She's a
Yeah,
pretty
careful.
girl. I don't like her style. I don't like the heavy eyebrow. She looks like she takes 4 hours to do her makeup. I don't like that. To me is not attractive.
Right, like he called her a
I think she would
Kardashian.
I think she would be prettier if she had if she let herself be more natural,
Yeah.
is what I'm trying to say. She's obviously pretty, but I don't like her style. To me, that takes away from it. Um, she obviously has a banging body, beautiful hair,
Yeah,
but I don't
she's
like all the makeup.
more like the Megan Fox. She doesn't look like Megan Fox, but she's like that kind of type.
But
So
I don't like her
he's,
attitude either. She's a little too cocky,
yeah.
which also takes away from the pretty.
Yeah, I noticed that the
So
last episode when they were interviewing her and he was like, and she was like talking about looks again and how she's like, you know, I'm right. And it's like, okay, chill.
she seems annoying. She's cocky, and she's not that. I'm sure without all that makeup,
Mhm.
there's another story there. But did you see what she said when he told her he picked someone else? I'm dying. I wrote it down. Are you
Yeah,
ready?
yeah, the speech.
You're gonna need your EpiPen when you see what
Yeah.
you lost out. That is so arrogant.
Yeah.
Like, who says that? Like, I'm so hot, you're gonna like die of a heart attack?
Right. And like even if he chose the other girl, like they could have had a deeper connection and they clearly did, but for her to like kind of talk down on the other girl, I don't know. I didn't like that.
Yeah, they both have bad attitudes.
Mhm.
Well, the other girl's nicer. Chelsea's nicer and not
Yeah,
as
but
cocky.
she doesn't have anything to be like she's not. I don't know how to phrase this without sounding mean. I don't know. Like she's just not.
I
She's
know,
too
but
insecure to be that mean.
the irony is you would get along more with Chelsea because she doesn't think she's hot. And the other one that thinks she's
No, you
hot has
wouldn't
a
because she's so insecure. It's debilitating.
no, but I'm saying apart from that, like it's more pleasant to be around someone that doesn't act like they think they're hot,
Right.
you know?
And they're both honestly opposites to the extreme.
Yeah. Oh, right. So okay, so that's them. The next one. Amy and Johnny with the white guy with the long hair, and then Amy, the Puerto Rican with Spain parents from Spain.
I don't really have anything to say about them.
I can't put my finger on it, but something ain't right. Like, where's the chemistry?
Um, yeah, nothing has really happened with them, so I don't know.
Have they even had sex? I don't think they've had sex. Like this whole birth control talk. Have you heard of a condom? Like, what are you doing? You're on your honeymoon.
Right. Wait, I do have stuff to say about that. It is a little
It's
weird
weird.
that she's saying like that's the reason they haven't had sex.
You're on your honeymoon. You're supposed to say yes or no at the altar in a few weeks. Have sex. What are you doing?
Right,
With a
like the other
condom.
couple wasn't doing it for religious reasons and like respect that. They're saying they're not doing it because of birth control, and that's like just a weird reason. Even if she
Very
was
weird.
like, "Oh, like yes, we're about to get married, but like we still just met," that's a fine reason.
Yeah,
But it's the fact that it's because of birth control. Like that's like a
exactly.
weird excuse.
Right, when it's like literally wear a condom and pull out. Like there's so many, like come on.
Yeah. Like he must not be into her. He's using that excuse.
I don't know what it is. It's a little
Yeah, it's
odd.
very weird.
I like him. I think he's cute. I just don't know what to think about their connection. I don't know.
Right. The vasectomy thing, though, I've always said that. I'm like, why can't guys just get a vasectomy?
But they're supposed to have children. Why would he get a vasectomy?
Can't you reverse it?
That's
I mean,
ridiculous.
it
No,
might
that's too much
be.
work. No. No. Okay. AD and Clayton. So AD, who was she talking to before Matthew, right?
Right.
So Clayton at the beginning when they got together, which he seems like such a player. Like my first initial reaction was loser. He seemed like such a
Mm-hmm.
player, but now I like him a little more. You know, he seems calmer.
Mm-hmm.
Um but he asked her like he was trying to be like a jerk like what do you look like? I got to know if you're fine. I got to know. And she's like, "No, I'm not telling you anything." So she tried to make it work with Matthew, but that didn't work because of
Right.
the other girl.
Right. But I think it's almost like he keeps trying to self-sabotage. Have you noticed that? Like he keeps bringing up how he might cheat on her, his past, like he just like kind of
Because he's
gets
a
in his
player.
head.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's struggling. He's trying to do the work and be a better person, but
Mm-hmm.
then the other side comes out and comes out and comes out and
Mm-hmm.
he can't make it stick.
Right. And after hearing that his dad took him on his little trips to cheat on his mom, he needs therapy. Because he's
Or
like,
just a wake or just a wake up call and say this is not the kind of life I want. Like this is the end result
yeah.
if I act this way.
But
But
right, but
okay,
he's saying that since people in his life acted that way, he's like it's almost inevitable.
that's not true.
No, he's saying that.
No, I know, but he's wrong. So he needs a
No, I
wake up
know.
call.
But I'm just
You know,
saying, like, if he has that mindset, he probably
he's
will
using it as an
self-sabotage.
excuse because he wants to be a
Right.
player.
Right. But that means he probably will cheat on her.
Okay, so at the beginning when they met, he's like, "AD all day." I thought that was so funny. He's like,
Oh.
"All day," and then okay, AD her fake lashes driving me crazy. Wanted to like rip them out of her face, looking at the TV. But then
Hmm.
when she took them off when they were at the beach, she looked so much better. Did you see
I
that?
know. I know.
Oh,
I
it's
noticed
like
that
she
too.
lifted a weight off her face. I'm like, don't put those lashes on. I can't take it. I just can't take it.
Yeah, no, I noticed that too. She looks so
And
much
I
better about
like
it.
her and she's sweet, but I don't like it's like when she was talking to Ken, which we'll get to next, Kenneth, the this principal.
Hmm.
Like she's like too her questions are too invasive. Like she's like, "Well, how do you feel about dating a white girl?" And like, "Do you think she can handle that?" It's like, "What are you doing?" Like, I don't know. It was too invasive. Like her questions are they're too much for like a
Right.
casual conversation.
Yeah.
Other than that, I like her, but I don't know.
Um, yeah, I think this is probably just her personality, but she is one of those girls who like looks like she's flirting with everyone and has like
Yes,
twinkle eyes for everyone,
it makes
and
me
that kind of
uncomfortable.
annoys
The way
me.
she stares at people.
Yeah, it's like
That's
tone it down a little. I don't know. Like I don't like people who
because,
come off that way with everyone.
and I don't like people that get so deep with like, that's none of your
Right,
business. Like, put it
right.
out.
So it's yeah, it's like both of those together. Like she like invasive questions with the twinkle eyes, and it's just like you need to back up.
She's like, "Tell me your soul. Give
Yeah.
me give me your deep dark secrets." Okay,
Yeah,
let's
she
talk
seems
about
like a
Kenneth.
nice girl, but she needs some boundaries, back it up.
She needs boundaries for sure.
I don't like how people are kind of like talking about her body so much.
Who's talking about her body?
Like everyone, like even just like that joke about like her telling the guy like do the dip, what was it?
Oh, flip dipper. I don't know.
Flip
I didn't
dip,
get that.
and
I don't
then
know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, like not on her part. I'm saying everyone else talking about her like that, but whatever.
I don't know. I didn't really notice all that. The flip dip was a joke that Laura said that
Right.
her guy repeated, but that really wasn't about her. It was about Laura
I
and
think it was
her.
just like so many scenes of people like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not a
Um,
big deal, but whatever. Um,
Kenneth, the teacher. I absolutely loved him in the pod. I thought he was a cute, cuddly, sweet bear, and now I hate him. Hate. Don't like him. He sucks.
Yeah. He's like obsessed with his phone.
He's a child. He talks down to people like they're his children.
Well,
And it's
because he
like, what
runs a
happened?
school of middle school kids, so he like probably
So,
talks to everyone like that. Just say
what
he's
a
like used to
jerk.
talking down.
He's a fraud. He acted completely different in that pod.
You know who he's just like, who I thought was a teddy bear last season? That other guy who had like the African mother, like the really cute African mother. He was like so
Yes.
sweet and he ended up being awful.
Yes.
He like
Yeah,
fooled
yeah.
everyone.
He was a cheater,
Hmm.
liar.
Yeah. And this
Oh,
is like the same situation.
this is why people, you ladies, you need to go out on a few dates and get to know, because
Hmm.
like what you first see, you never know who they really are. Like you have to see who they are. Give them a few chances, because obviously people are not what
What
they
comes
seem all the
out?
time.
Yeah.
So I feel terrible because I think what's her name? Brittany. I love her. She's so cute. I love
She's
her.
cute.
She's gorgeous. She has the best attitude. She's so nice. Like she's so
Hmm.
like she works with you and she's like flexible and she's so nice. She's so sweet. Like she doesn't have a bad bone in her body. And for this guy to come at her with all his like baloney of his tribe and his friends, like they're gonna test her. Like stop intimidating her. Like let her be
He
herself.
is trying to intimidate her, and it was just like rude.
Rude,
Like she's
disgusting,
been so nice about everything and very
everything.
open, very her responses are great.
She's patient, she's listening to him, she's reassuring him, she's like
Yeah.
not letting it get her down. And it's like, why are you being such a bully?
Yeah.
Like, you picked her, she can't help that she's white, you're black. Like, don't put all this pressure on her, just let it flow and see how it works. Like, let her be
Hmm.
herself, she's wonderful. Like, why are you trying to scare her
Yeah,
into
I didn't
your
like
friends
that.
and family?
Yeah.
It's
And then she started crying. Did you see that scene? And he was like scrolling through social media.
That's why I hate him. I don't like him. I don't think he's a nice guy. I think he's a bully.
Yeah.
I think he's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Hmm.
I think he conned her. And who did she talk to anybody else? I don't know. I don't think so. They hit it off right
I
away.
don't think so. So it's not like she like lost anything, but she could have maybe focused on someone else. I don't know.
I I felt so bad for her. She was so happy when
I
she
know
saw
the
him.
nice, the really nice ones end up with like jerks. It's so sad.
I think Brittany should be with Jimmy.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I think they're
Beautiful
both like
couple.
chill.
They're so sweet and cute and gorgeous. Like, hello.
Yeah, they would be
Oh,
cute. Maybe afterwards.
don't you think that if Jessica had found another partner and was in the honeymoon part, oh, this would be a whole nother story. If she was around the whole time with her
I
other,
know that would have been good.
that
They
would have
should have
been
just stuck her with
juicy.
someone.
That would have been good, good, good. Oh my
Well, I
gosh.
hope she like starts coming around more. Like I hope it's not just one episode. I mean, clearly something happens with that preview. Like they hang
Okay,
out.
let's talk about Jessica's friend Laura, which I love. She's my favorite. I love her personality. She's hilarious. The sarcastic one, the
Jessica's
blonde one.
friend.
So Laura
Wait, was
is
that not
with
one of the girls?
she's a
Never mind.
couple. She's a couple. So she's with Jeremy, which is Jeremy with M-A-Y, which is weird. Jeremay. That's his name.
Oh, the couple we
Jeremy.
haven't talked about yet.
Right.
Okay, okay, yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Jeremy and Laura's my favorite because she's sarcastic and funny and I love her. She's witty and smart. Love that.
Yeah, she could be
Okay.
like, I don't know. Well, if we're talking about them, I was just gonna say she could be like a little. He's gonna get tired of how naggy, not naggy, but like how mean she is sometimes.
When is she mean?
She's not mean, but like she's forward, which is fun with banter, but sometimes people get sick of it.
Well, okay, in the pods, he looked like the biggest dork. Like I fast forwarded through all their pods. I had
Oh, me
no interest.
too.
I couldn't
Hmm.
care less. I'm like, oh, I didn't want to hear anything they had to say because he just seemed dorky and he was like a little annoying. So I really didn't have interest. But once they came out of the pods, I found him cuter and cuter. Did that
Hmm.
happen to you?
Yeah,
Right?
me too.
I don't know if it's because he took off his glasses.
Right, his style kind of picked up too.
Yeah,
And just
yeah,
like maybe because he was moving around and he could like be
yeah.
him, like the whole thing,
He
like
turned
instead of him
hot.
sitting and I don't know, he
Yeah,
was better.
he became a little hot.
Yeah, I kind of like him.
with his baseball hat and stuff. I'm like, is this the same guy from the pod? The guy with what? Like what?
I know.
Right?
No, yeah, I like
Okay.
him.
And I love them together. They seem super like chemistry, everything. And then apparently he hasn't let go of some ex-girlfriend and he's messing around.
Or are you talking about the other girl he was with in the pod? You know that's
No,
her?
Brianna, didn't you just see the last episode?
The one where I just watched where she's yelling at him for talking to someone in the alleyway.
His ex-girlfriend. Or not.
Oh, I was getting ready when that was happening. Is that not the girl from the pod? Are
No.
you sure?
Sarah Ann.
I don't remember her name, but
Okay.
because the girl from the
Sarah.
pod messaged her, remember? Or messaged him.
Okay,
Saying if you
maybe
ever
it's a
like,
girl. Then I'm confused. I thought it was an ex-girlfriend that he had before he joined the show. I don't know.
oh, now I need to know.
Oh my god. Let's
um,
see. Anyways, but he has been messing around. I don't know. She was Sarah Ann on the. She is the girl from the pod.
okay, thank you.
I recognize her face. Oh my gosh, how funny. Okay, so we're both lost.
Right.
All
The
right.
issue
So
is that she messaged him saying, if you
yeah,
ever change your mind, and then he
yeah,
ends up talking to her in the alleyway for until 5 a.m. And he lied about it.
and I'm sure he talked to her more than that. Like I'm sure he's been keeping in touch with her, or whatever.
Right.
Oh my god, I thought it was a girl from like before he started. Okay, I'm so stupid. All right.
See, you thought he was
Anyways,
like just some boring nerd, and he ends up being the cheater.
yeah. And he's annoying because when she's like, "What do you do?" Like he should have just given her all the answers. Look, I met her. She wanted to talk. This is what happened. This is what we talked about. Like it was like pulling teeth when she was talking to him, and that drove me nuts. I was like,
Well,
"Can
because
you
he
just
was like
spit it
trying
out?"
to see how much she knew. So like, if he didn't have to tell her, he wasn't going to.
Ugh.
Yeah, which is like the biggest red flag is that she had to prove that she knew he was somewhere at 5 a.m. that he wasn't supposed to be.
But you know that Sarah Ann was the one that going after him, the pursuer, because
Oh yeah.
when he broke it off with her in the pod, she's like, "Was there anything I could have done differently?" Like she was like a pick me. She's like, "I'll do anything.
Mhm.
Like be with me."
And
So
I thought she was such a class act with the blonde girl that ended up with him. Like she was so nice about it, but she's just fake.
yeah, she's a
Mhm.
loser.
Yeah.
I don't like
Like,
that.
no, yeah, I don't like it either.
Like,
And
what are
she
you
could have
doing?
just waited until like they were all gonna meet eventually. I'm pretty sure the next episode. So,
Yeah.
oof.
Oh my god, it's such a good season. I'm obsessed. Like it's so good.
It is such a good season because there's usually just like one couple who has issues, or I don't know. They always end up fighting the crazies.
Yeah. Well, all these people just seem like regular people. They're not like
Right.
ridiculous
Regular people
characters.
with like, you come across these people with these kind of problems.
Okay, let's talk about when they met like each other's. So I assume when Jimmy and Chelsea went to meet his best girlfriends or whoever they were, I assume that means his family didn't want to come on or whatever, cuz why would you go meet his best friends?
Also, why are his best friends like two girls that he met 2 years ago? Like those are the most important people you want to bring on the show.
Yeah. Weird.
That was
To me
weird.
that's saying his family didn't want to be there, you know?
Or one of his guy friends, like I don't know, someone he's known
Yeah.
longer than 2 years. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like he's in his 30s. You don't know anyone longer than two
To
years.
me, any man that has best girlfriends is a red flag. Sorry.
Yeah. The fact
Not
that
into it.
they're the closest person that you want to bring to meet your fiance, that's a huge red flag. It's weird.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Unless it's his sister, like, what are you doing? Get a life.
Mm-hmm.
You
Very
know?
bizarre. And even they were like, if we can go to the wedding, or if we get to go to the wedding, like, why wouldn't you be at the wedding?
Did you see? Okay, so let's talk about AD and Clayton when they met his mom, which I loved his mom and his sister. His mom was like, all right, there has to be a happy medium. Like, he works too much. Like, I
Oh, yes.
understood when he said he had to go to work and it was far away. So if my man tells me I need to 2 nights a week, I'm gonna sleep somewhere else because it's closer to my job. I gotta get up early. I'd be so happy. Like I love a time off. Like go
Yeah.
do your thing.
The issue, like, he brought up a good point, is that she doesn't really work much. So she just like
Yeah,
needs to fill her time with her own stuff. Because some people, once they get in a relationship, it's like all them, and she needs to like
that's a
remember to
dream come
just like,
true to me. I'm like, have fun.
right. But that does happen to most people. So she just needs to like remember like how to have a life without him, which is totally normal.
But it's like such a nice break. 2 days of like have fun. You get your alone
Right.
time. You can do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I love that. I would
Unless
have
it's
no
like
problem.
they don't hang out that much because like from like we can't tell how much they hang out. So maybe that's an issue that they don't actually hang out enough.
Maybe she asks so many freaking deep questions. He's like, I'm exhausted.
Right.
And then who else met the parents? Oh, Laura's parents were funny. Her dad was funny looking. I was like, oh my, the blonde
Aw.
girl. Laughing. I was like, oh my god, but they were nice. Um,
Yeah.
who, who else met the parents? I don't know. But when Brittany and Laura, they're friends. I like their friendship. When they met at the bar,
Brittany and Laura?
Brittany is the one that Jimmy didn't pick. Jimmy didn't pick, and then Laura's the blonde one.
No, Jessica.
I'm sorry, Jessica
That's why I
and
was like,
Laura.
when did they meet at the bar?
Jessica and Laura.
Yeah.
I like their friendship. It's cute.
Yeah, they're cute. I mean, I like them both.
Yeah,
I really like Laura. She's cool.
I love her. She's my favorite.
Sarcastic, cool, chill.
She's cool,
Yeah.
chill, and when
That's
she
why I'm
confronted
annoyed
him
that
about
he's doing that to her. But what?
and when she confronted him about that night, she was super like she wasn't net. If that would have been Chelsea,
Oh
it would have
my
been
god.
World War annoying
Well,
3.
in
Like,
the preview, when she accuses him of sleeping with her, maybe he doesn't do anything and he just had a moment like this guy Jeremy, and she like
um,
blew up.
like Laura was so calm and collected. She's just like, this isn't messed up. Like she didn't yell at him. She didn't freak out. She wasn't overly annoying. She just like left it at that. She's
Hmm.
like, I'm out. I want out. Like that. I like that. Like she's just
Yeah.
like a reasonable person,
Hmm.
that
Right.
stands in her power. Like the other girl,
Right.
Chelsea's like out of control.
Right. It's like the difference between she's insecure, but she'll like blow up on you and then stay with you compared to
But she's
like,
like, babe. But babe, but I love you,
I
babe. But I
couldn't.
love you. But I love you, babe. Babe, I love you.
No, then she brought it up with his friends, I think, or her friends. No, with his friends, saying like, yeah, that's why the whole clingy thing got brought up. She like brought it up with his friends, and she was like, he got mad that like I asked him to kiss me that day or something like that. I was just like, why do you keep bringing this up?
Can you imagine telling a guy, you only kissed me once today? On February 27, you kissed
Crazy.
me 2 times. And on February 28, you kissed me 1.5 times. It's like, you're
He needs
psychotic.
to run.
She's a nightmare. Like, I'm annoyed. I'm not even around her.
Right.
I can't.
Yeah. And
Horrible.
she's
And
just
he's
like,
so patient. He's really
he
patient with
is
her. Another guy would have
patient.
been like,
I don't know why people are trying to say he's a bad guy. Like he's patient.
he's patient. He listens to her. He responds. He reassures her. I mean, he's doing everything right.
Yeah.
Everything. I
Yeah.
mean, how can people try to make him out to be a bad guy? Like another guy would have been like, you need to shut up. Like, stop. Like, leave me alone. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, no, she's crazy.
If she would have done that to Kenneth, oof,
Oh, he would have been out a while ago.
he would have had his phone in front of his face.
He would have locked himself in his room. Like, no, that would not have worked out.
Kenneth, I don't like you. You need
Nope.
to take a how to treat women class and be a nicer human. Don't
Also,
like
you're doing it to the wrong human.
the
Like, she
nicest person.
couldn't be the nicest, more nice. Like, she's just, I love her. She ended up with the wrong guy. Jimmy's chill. They need to switch.
Switcheroo. I
Yeah.
can't wait to the reunion.
Like,
Oh my
not
God.
even Jessica. Like, Jimmy needs to end it with Brittany. It's just like a complete switch.
Brittany needs a love because she's so cute.
Yeah.
I love her. I
Maybe she
absolutely
meet
love
someone now
her.
that she has this exposure.
She's hot and
Yeah.
she doesn't think she's just perfect. Like she's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
She's so sweet. Like I love her. Oh my God.
Who do you think is going to end up together?
I don't know. Oh my God. Do you think Chelsea, when she saw Trevor, she's like, that's my man.
I
But
think
then
she's
she's also
obsessed with him.
with Trevor,
Yeah.
the long haired Buffy guy.
Oh, shoot. I'm thinking of Jimmy.
No, I'm
Um,
saying she's obsessed with Jimmy, and when she sees Trevor, she becomes a tiny bit obsessed with Trevor.
right.
That's next week.
Right. I was about to say I didn't see that. I did see the
Yeah.
preview.
Oh, I
Um,
did. I saw the preview.
I think Trevor is the kind of guy who wouldn't mind her being so clingy.
Oh my god, I know.
Like they
So
kind of would
insecure.
go together.
They're a better
Even though
match
I
for
think
sure.
he deserves better. He's like a little
Yeah.
sweetie. So I hope they don't end up together.
They're a better match for sure.
Yeah.
Her and Jimmy do not match. I'm sorry, they don't.
No. Do you think he
They
only
don't.
chose her because of that Megan Fox reference?
Did you see his face when he saw her first and he sat in the confessional and he said, what did he say?
He was like, she
He's like,
definitely lied about some things.
he's like, that's definitely not Megan Fox. I walked through that door.
He was disappointed. Like
He
he would
was.
hug her, his smile would fade, and he'd kind of like side eye the camera.
No, and you could tell because she doesn't have like her body's she's not a fit person like
No.
Jessica. And when he was you could tell in his face he's like, yeah.
Wait, no. Doors open and she
When
runs
she
with
runs,
bottles.
she goes, I can't run.
I couldn't.
She
It was like with their arms like
I can't. I can't.
she's a very cringy person.
Oh, I know. It's all wrong.
I know. And like for her being so insecure, reality TV is not good for her because people are tearing her down.
Well, people are disgusting, so she shouldn't listen to people. But
Right. Or
maybe
mean,
it'll work in
but
her
I'm saying
favor
she's
to
so
build.
insecure.
But maybe it'll work in her favor to build her confidence. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Also she kept saying that cut, the producers are evil. It's like her saying she doesn't look like Megan Fox, then it cuts to them being together, and she's like, I'm so sweaty. And then it comes back to her, or it cuts back to him talking about like he clearly looks disappointed. But it was just funny because it's just like unnecessary. Like she kept saying how
There's so
sweaty
many
she was.
clips. The first night everyone met each other, like she's sitting there, she has a long face the whole time. She's just like she looks unhappy the whole time.
Oh
She
yeah,
was
'cause
so insecure. She's just like unhappy
yes,
the whole time.
she was talking. They had a fight afterwards because she was like, "You were barely hanging out with me." It's like, oh my
I was
god.
standing alone. I was just standing alone. I was just standing alone.
She's
She's like,
exhausting.
I was just alone. I was just alone. He's like, you were nowhere in sight. She's like, I was just standing there alone. Well, then go talk to somebody. Like, what's wrong with you? Go talk to
She
someone.
was talking about the scene with AD and like it. She's
No,
literally
she's
just
talking
like
about the
at
whole
the bar
time.
getting a drink. Like you need me to
No, but
hold your
no, she
hand.
said the whole time. She's like, you were talking to
Mhm.
him, I was alone. You were talking to her, I was alone. You were I was alone. She was like, I was alone.
Yeah, and then he was like, "You literally walked away. Like you weren't even near us because you walked away."
all right, she sucks. Let's
Yeah.
end on. We're ending. We're gonna read the. If we're gonna recap the housemaid secrets next week. Are you
Yes.
done?
Almost.
Okay. So that, and then I don't know if you saw Dave Portnoy from Barstool adopted a beautiful little baby called Miss Peaches, a
Oh my
dog,
gosh.
and
What kind of
she came
dog?
from like this, huh?
What kind of
I don't
dog?
know, like I don't know if it's a pit bull mix. I don't know what she is, but she came from this organization that rescued all these dogs from I forgot where, but there was a bunch, and they were reaching out to people, and he saw her, and he adopted her on Valentine's Day. He picked her up.
Wait, I love that. That makes me like him more. Adopt,
Okay,
don't
there's
shop.
videos of people online saying I don't even like Dave Portnoy, and now I have to watch his stupid things because of the dog. Like I don't like him, but I cannot stop watching. She's taking over the internet.
Aww.
He said he's never had so many views, and she's selling out merch
Oh.
like cray cray. And I ordered a shirt to support the organization. It says Miss Peaches, adopt, don't shop,
Oh, it
and
helps with the organization. That's cute.
it has her face. So I'll be wearing that next time.
I like that name, Peaches.
Miss Peaches, and she has a bandana that has peaches, and she has a toy that's a peach, and she was scared to go down the stairs at his house, and he filmed her coming down the stairs. Oh my god, dead. I'm dead.
That's so cute.
I think it's his first love. You know, your dog is your first love. I mean,
Probably.
there's no love like the love of a dog.
I know. And
and
he gets
especially
to
a
like make
rescue.
content, which is like his favorite thing to do, and he gets to do
No,
it with his new bestie.
He filmed her like at 5 in the morning. He's like, Miss Peaches is too early. She's up in his face.
Oh.
Oh my god, I'm
Now I have to
obsessed.
go follow him.
Obsessed. They talk about him on their podcast, whatever that podcast is, BFF podcast or something. And then
Yeah,
his personal page. I think she might have her own page too. I
probably.
think because my dog follows her. Oh, she's so cute.
Oh my
I love
gosh.
it. But there's nothing like the love of a rescue dog.
I
Like
know.
they're
They're just so
just
grateful,
when
and
they're like broken and you see them come to life, there's nothing like
yeah,
that.
you see the life come back in their eyes, and they're just like just sweet as babies. Especially
When
the
they
ones
learn
that like are scared or even like
Mhm.
mean, and then you see that they're actually just the sweetest thing.
and when they learn to play and they don't know what a toy is and
I
I'm
know they
dead.
don't know what a toy is, and then a week later they're like obsessed with their toy and they want to play all the time.
Dead.
It's so cute.
I can't deal.
Oh,
I can do it. I can do it.
babies.
I can do it. You want a t-shirt? Go on the site. They
Honestly,
have
maybe.
hoodies. They have a hoodie and a t-shirt. I didn't get the hoodie because I'm in Miami. It's so freaking hot. But
Right, but I need to support the organization. I love that he's bringing light
the
to
hoodie's
the
cute
adoption
and you should
center.
get it because you're in colder weather and it has peaches on the arm. The t-shirt doesn't have the peaches on the arm. Like the actual
Oh,
peach.
cute.
I know.
Yeah, I'm sure it's actually a cute sweatshirt. Does it
It
have
is
a dog
cute.
on it, or it just says peaches?
Yes, the dog's face.
Oh,
I'm dead. I'm dead. I
wait, that's
can't.
cute.
I know. Go get one.
Okay.
I'll send you the link. Okay, till next time.
All right, bye.
Bye.